Dear student, today we will study male reproductive system in human. Before that, I'll just brief you about the human reproduction. Human beings are unisexual or dioecious, that is, they are either male or female, and they exhibit sexual dimorphism, that is, two sexes are different in certain morphological features. This is what is known as sexual dimorphism. Now, basic phases of physiology of reproduction are as follows. First is gametogenesis, in which the formation of gamete occurs. The formation of male gamete is called spermatogenesis and the female gamete is called oogenesis. Insemination, during which the male gamete is released into the female genital tract. Fertilization, that is fusion of male and female gamete. Cleavage involves the mitotic division in zygote. Implantation is the process of attachment of blastula to endometrium of uterus. Placentation, it involves the formation of placenta between mother and fetus. Gastrulation, the process by which the blastocyst changes to gastrula with primary germ layer. Organogenesis, formation of organ system, it involves morphogenesis and differentiation. Parturition, it involves expelling a fully formed baby from mother's uterus after the gestation period. Now we will go through what is there in the male reproductive system. So male reproductive system is associated with the formation of sperm. Sperm is the male gamete. Primary male sex organ is testis. There exist pair of testes. They are present in the scrotal sac. The scrotal sac are thermal regulator as they maintain the temperature 2 to 2.5 degree lower than the body temperature for the proper maturation of the sperm. Now let's study the LS, that is longitudinal section of testis. The testis is covered by white fibrous tissue which produces a septa inside the testis and divide the testis into testicular lobules. This covering is called tunica albuginea. Now the protective covering of testis main is the tunica albuginea. Toward the outer side it has tunica vaginalis, which is the external covering, and toward the inner side of tunica albuginea there is tunica vasculosa, and this vasculosa is adhering to testis and consists of network of capillaries. Tunica albuginea, it forms testicular lobules. These testicular lobules consist of tubular structures which are called seminiferous tubules, and here is what spermatogenesis occurs, that is formation of sperm. Then seminiferous tubules join to form network of duct which is called retitestis. Retitestis further form epididymis, which is convoluted structure, and this is divided into three different parts: head, that is caput, body, corpus, tail, cauda. So head is involved in the semen concentration by reabsorption. Semen is actually the fluid in which the sperm is present. The body is involved in the sperm maturation and the sperm become motile and physiologically active when they are mature. And tail is, it stores the sperm temporarily. Then epididymis later on forms vas deferens, which causes this peristaltic contraction to propel the sperm, and vas deferens form the duct of seminal vesicle, which later on form ejaculatory duct, and then urogenital canal, which is the common passage for urine and sperm. Now let's look at the structure. So you can see the outer layer is tunica vaginalis, then middle one is tunica albuginea, and inner one is tunica vasculosa. Then there are lobules, testicular lobules, in which seminiferous tubules are present. They join to form retitestis, and this further extend to vas efferentia, which later on forms the structure called vas epididymis. Epididymis consists of head, body and tail, which later on forms the vas deferens. Now it is important to understand the seminiferous tubule, because this is the place where the formation of male gamete occurs. So basically it consists of two types of cell, germinal epithelium and interstitial cells. They are also known as Leydig cells. Germinal epithelium, they line the surface and are of two types, spermatogenic cell and Sertoli cells. Spermatogenic cells, they are cuboidal. Sertoli cells are pyramidal. Spermatogenic cells, they undergo spermatogenesis to form spermatozoa, where Sertoli cells, they provide nourishment to the developing sperm. No hormone are secreted by spermatogenic cells, whereas the Sertoli cells, they secrete two hormones, activin and inhibin. The Leydig cells, they are present in the spaces between seminiferous tubules, and they secrete androgens such as testosterone. Now if you look at the role of hormone, basically these hormones are testosterone, which are secreted by testes, then ICTH, interstitial cell stimulating hormone. They consist of LH, that is luteinizing hormone, and FSH, that is follicle stimulating hormone, and they are secreted by anterior lobe of pituitary. Then gonadotropin releasing hormone, GnRH, they are secreted by this is secreted by hypothalamus. Now we will see the hormonal regulation in case of male reproductive system. So hypothalamus, it produces the hormone gonadotropin releasing hormone in high concentration at puberty, and this act on the anterior lobe of pituitary. The anterior lobe of pituitary synthesizes two hormone, tropic hormone, they are LH and FSH, and LH, it act on Leydig cells, and the Leydig cells then secrete testosterone, whereas FSH, it act on Sertoli cells and secrete two hormones, activin and inhibin. Activin is also known as androgen binding protein, and its function is it concentrates testosterone in the seminiferous tubules and stimulate spermiogenesis, whereas testosterone, it stimulates spermatogenesis and maintain the accessory sex organ. Now when the concentration of testosterone increases, okay, then negative feedback control occurs, and this binds to hypothalamus and anterior pituitary to lower down the production of LH and FSH. Similarly, inhibin is the hormone which is secreted when sperm count is too high. So again negative feedback occurs, and inhibin act on again hypothalamus and anterior pituitary, and it inhibit the production of LH and FSH. So the normal you can say count of sperm is maintained. Now next is spermatogenesis. Now what is spermatogenesis? It is the process by which the haploid spermatozoa develop from the germ cell, you can say diploid germ cell, in seminiferous tubule of testes. So spermatogonia are the sperm mother cells. They undergo the spermatogenesis and produces a spermatozoa. Now spermatozoa is actually immature sperm, which is also haploid. Spermatogenesis starts at puberty in males, and around 120 million sperms are produced per day. The male gamete is called the spermatozoa, and viability of sperm is for 24 hours. Now if you look at the stages of spermatogenesis, it is divided into two stages. First is the formation of spermatid, and second one is the spermiogenesis. Now formation of spermatids, there are three stages: multiplicative phase, growth phase and maturation phase. Spermatid, as you know, it is the immature sperm. The multiplicative phase is characterized by mitosis in germinal epithelium to produce large number of spermatogonia. Growth phase is characterized by increase in size, and maturation phase is characterized by meiosis to finally form the sperm. Now, rest of the portion we will continue in part 2. Thank you.